What's up, everyone? I also today, today we're going to be reacting to all Iron Man suits in the MCU, Mark 1 to Mark 85. I already know what all of them is, but I've never seen it in this video, and I would really gonna like link this channel in the description. Make sure to go check them out. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, perfect. So let's get straight into it. We got to make this fast.
I am Iron Man.
The bulky and unpainted design of the suit is reminiscent of the original Iron Man armor from the comics, which he actually used for quite a long time. But the movie's version didn't last anywhere near as long and was soon scattered across the desert sand, only later to be obtained by Obadiah Stane and become the basis of the Ironmonger suit. Once back on American soil, Tony set about work on the Mark II, and the basis of the iconic Iron Man design first appears. However, this suit doesn't last long either, as a high-altitude test flight revealed an icing problem.
Wow, this is a pretty long video, so I would skip a lot, so don't mind that.
However, just like the Mark I, this suit was also stolen.
Get out.
Although technically absconded with by longtime friend James Rhodes in Iron Man 2, where it becomes the basis for the trademark Silver War Machine armor.
But he just came there and tell everyone get out, and he's just gone.
First time we get those iconic Iron Man colors.
Tell you what, throw a little hot rod red in there.
Yes, that should help you keep low profile.
This suit fixed the icing problem of the Mark II by using a gold titanium alloy, including a series of miniaturized weapons, and became the first suit to use the palm repulsors as a weapon. This was the armor used throughout the rest of the first movie, but following the fight with the Ironmonger, it was beyond repair. The Mark IV was built as a direct replacement for the Mark III and is notably very similar. But don't think the genius billionaire playboy philanthropist had run out of ideas, as while working on this, he was also in tandem creating the Mark V. This was the first suit designed with portability in mind. It was lighter than any of the previous suits and was even able to fold in onto itself to take the appearance of an unassuming briefcase. Although this portability came at a cost. The Mark V lacked many of the weapons found in the earlier and later suits, and its thin miniature plates made it less effective at blocking incoming attacks. Next, we have the Mark VI. This was the first suit built to work with the new arc reactor, making it stronger than any of the ones that came before. Interestingly, this is also the first armors to be repaired after a fire rather than just being decommissioned, as although it was heavily damaged in Iron Man 2, we can see it back in action at the start of the Avengers.
Making reindeer games.
Later in the film, this armor is enough to hold up against the might of Thor. However, it was later badly damaged when restarting the helicarrier's turbines, and Tony switched to the Mark VII for the final showdown with Loki's army.
I still remember that.
Mark VII. This suit was another big step up for the Iron Man, offering automatic deployment and assembly, faster flight, as well as new and upgraded weapons. However, it still had its limits, and pushing a nuke through a portal into space was enough to cause the spin of suits. The Iron Legion, Mark 8 to 41. After the Battle of New York, Tony began to rapidly develop new Iron Man suits, and over the coming months, he built 33 sets of armor, all with their own unique features and specialities, which appeared in the final battle of Iron Man 3 as part of the House Party Protocol.
Jarvis, target extremis heat signatures disable with extreme prejudice.
Yes.
I actually reacted to that. That was like, yes sir,
Mark
wow.
8 to 14 all improved on the weaponry of the previous suits, and some also included
Oh.
enhanced flight or armor
Look at
capabilities.
that.
The Mark 15 was the first suit to focus on stealth using technology from stealth aircraft and anti-radar devices. It was able to avoid detection from most radar systems. Improvements were made with the Mark 16,
That
which
thing
was
is
built to
crazy.
be even harder to detect and more lightweight.
Mm-hmm.
Mark 17 was codenamed the
Ooh.
Heartbreaker and focused on the
Heartbreaker.
repulsor tech, using its oversized chest core to fire larger or more concentrated blasts and even generate a shield.
Good evening,
Oh.
Can I give you a lift? Very funny.
The Mark 18 combines the tech from the previous designs, making it almost entirely undetectable and able to fire repulsor blasts.
Mm-hmm.
After this, Tony
It's
changed
like the
his
same one
focus
as the
to
previous
improve
one, but
flight.
it's like just
And
color
the
was
Mark
like.
19,
Oh.
codenamed Tiger, was able to
Oh,
travel so
codenamed
fast
Tiger. Oh,
it
this is
could
the
create
one.
a sonic boom. The Mark 20 focused on distance rather than speed and was able to travel further than any previous suit.
When
The Mark
machines have
21
like
was once
six
again
packs.
all about speed.
Ooh,
However,
nice
it
colors
was
on
also
them.
prone to falling apart as it broke the sound barrier. The Mark 22 was actually built as a prototype for Rhodey.
This
to
is
be an
legit
update
the
to the
exact
War
same
Machine
thing.
armor.
What is like his
However,
car has.
still
You guys
remained
remember
quite
that
basic.
when he's like
The
showing
Mark
that Mark 3?
23 was one of the first suits to be built that
What?
had almost no focus on combat, only offering basic repulsor
It
systems.
just has that
Instead, it was
beautiful
designed to withstand
art
incredible
look.
levels of heat with multiple layers of heat-resistant plating. The
Wow.
Mark 24 was codenamed Tank, and just like its namesake, it was designed to both withstand huge amounts of damage and dish it back out. Mobility was not its strongest attribute. The Mark 25 had its options in combat, but was built more for heavy
Ooh, look at that.
construction and contained 2 jackhammers on its arms. The Mark 26 was almost
Same
identical
thing?
to the 25, but offered more protection from things like gamma radiation, funnily enough,
Wow.
in case you wanted to, I don't know, Hulk out.
Mhm.
Mark 27, codenamed Disco, has one of the
Disco.
more in-your-face color schemes,
Mhm.
but interestingly also offered some of the best camouflage as it was able to mimic like a chameleon. The Mark 28, codenamed Jack, was built to withstand high levels of radiation but lacked most other features. Mark 29 was another construction-based suit, but unlike the Mark 25 and 26, it had one arm free, allowing it to move around a site much easier and perform other tasks.
Mhm.
The Mark 30 was codenamed
Ooh.
Blue Steel and was able to go for extended durations without needing to recharge. It also had hidden blades in its arms. Codenamed the Piston, the Mark 31 combined the earlier supersonic flight capabilities with the Mark 30's long charge duration. The Mark 32 was named Romeo,
Mhm.
as reference to its enhanced and oversized chest repulsor. The Mark 33 was one of the few suits Tony was able to use and included a number of features from earlier suits, including the hidden arm blade. Mark 34 and 35
Ooh.
were built to withstand natural disasters and aid in rescuing people.
What is
Codenamed
that?
Peacekeeper, the Mark 36 was designed to quell
The arc
riots and
reactor,
handle
I mean
ground
the arc
control.
parcel thing
Mark
is actually pretty
37
different.
had a new focus, this time
Mhm.
underwater operation and travel. It was able to withstand huge amounts of pressure. The Mark 38 was all about
Hammerhead.
strength and was the first suit to resemble what would later become the Hulkbuster armor. However, this suit had a minimal focus on combat and was instead designed to handle heavy lifting. With the Mark 39, Tony turns his sights to the stars.
Yo, the thing looks so cool. Whoa, this thing is sick. This thing looks so cool. Look at that. Look at that point. And look at this point. Oh my gosh. It just looks so crazy.
This
Wow.
was designed to handle suborbital space travel. The Mark 40 was a direct upgrade on the Mark 22 and was able to handle the hypersonic flight.
Same, the
without
arc
falling
parser is
apart.
actually pretty
Finally,
different.
the Mark 41 was built to be super lightweight and maneuverable, and it offered freedom of movement.
Ooh.
This
Oh, it's
first
a
Iron
Mark
Legion suits
41.
were all destroyed either in the Battle of Iron Man 3 or by the Clean Slate Protocol activated by Tony in the wake of the fight.
The clean slate protocol, sir?
Screw it, it's Christmas. Yes. Yes.
The name Iron Legion for the group of suits came directly from the comics. In that version, War Machine brought together a team of individuals, including Happy Hogan, to defeat Ultimo by each using an Iron Man suit. The movie
Mhm.
subtly references this when Tony says that all the armors in this Iron Legion are coded so that only he would be able to use them.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Give me a suit, okay? Oh, I'm sorry, they're only coded to me. What does that mean? I got you covered.
Inspired by his success in Iron Man 3, Tony made a new set of unwearable suits to replace the Iron Legion, who were controlled by Jarvis, and assisted the Avengers between the events of Iron Man 3 and the start of Age of Ultron.
Those are
when we
pretty cool.
first see them in action. The Mark 42 was the suit Tony uses most in Iron Man 3. Now, it built upon lots of the work he had done previously designing the Iron Legion, but the most important feature was that Tony could summon and command the armor with the simple hand gestures and even thought. This was the armor he used to save Pepper, and then she used in turn to save him. However, it never made its way out of the prototype stage and was destroyed whilst dealing the killing blow to Aldrich Killian. It does appear that Tony rebuilt the armor as we can see it in Spider-Man Homecoming, being transferred from the Avengers Tower to the new facility. The Mark 43 only offered some minor upgrades from the Mark 42 and is visually very similar. This suit was used by Tony throughout most of Age of Ultron.
10 minutes has gone
however,
by.
was retired
Hopefully, no
before the
problem with my
final battle.
phone.
The Mark 44, better known as the
Hulkbuster.
Hulkbuster armor, was designed with one purpose in mind: restraining a rampaging Hulk. Parts of the suit were deployed by Veronica, a mobile unit that would be deployed with the suit and provide replacement limbs in case the Hulk ripped one off. This colossal suit was powered by at least 11 arc reactors and was equipped with a grappling hook, missiles, chemical spray, extended punches, and enough strength to knock out one of the Hulk's teeth.
True. I just got so mad at that point.
I'm sorry.
The Mark 45 was the suit Tony used in the final battle of Age of Ultron, and the first to use Friday as its AI rather than Jarvis, who is now busy walking around and I guess calling himself the Vision. I don't know, it's a weird mix, but I guess, it'd be weird to see both of them together.
Fun fact, my favorite villain in like the whole Marvel universe, the MCU, is Ultron. I just like the look of that. If I was an actor, right, and they asked me if you want to act on any like this Avengers movie, if you want to act like in any character, I would straight up without hesitation I would choose Ultron. I know Ultron is bad, but any villain character I would choose Ultron. He just looks good, great, right? And if I accomplish my dream, I want to be a Iron Man one day, a future Iron Man, okay? Just a dream, okay? Don't make fun of it, okay? Everyone has a dream, okay? Come on. I would accomplish that one day. So if I get a chance, my suit would look exactly like Ultron suit, more taller, and those face expression and everything will look pretty similar to that. Yeah.
This suit is the culmination of a lot of Tony's earlier work. Its weaponry is enhanced and it brings together a lot of other features into one single package. The Mark 46 was the suit used in Civil War. This was another step up from the Mark 45 and offered small improvements across the board. Interestingly, it also borrows from the Hulkbuster and contains multiple arc reactors to power different parts of the suit, giving it even greater levels of strength. During the course of Civil War, this suit takes some serious damage, much of which was dealt at the hands of the pair of super soldiers. However, inside the armor, Tony is fairly undamaged outside of a few scrapes and a black eye. We also see some new gadgets like the EMP projectiles and powered clamps. The Mark 47 appears as
Let's
Tony's
just
suit
keep on
in
watching
Spider-Man Homecoming.
the
Its capabilities
video.
seem
I'll
to
be right
the
back.
same as most previous suits, and physically, it's identical to the Mark 46, outside of its paint job, which is inspired by Ultimate Universe Iron Tech armor. The Mark 48 and 49 are not directly referenced anywhere. However, we can assume the new Hulkbuster armor seen in Avengers Infinity War was one of them, and it's likely the other was the prototype for the Mark 50.
Okay, I'm back.
The Mark 50 is a big step up for Tony, which is why I
50.
suspect one of the previous two versions was only a prototype. It's the first suit to utilize nanotech, both as a means of quickly physically donning the suit and for further use in combat. The nanites are able to reposition themselves into different gadgetry like shields, cannons, hammers, and blades. The suit was at the height of Tony Stark's abilities and was stronger, more durable, and faster than any of his previous main suits. However, it still wasn't enough to take on Thanos, as even with all of that power, the best Iron Man could manage was a small scratch on the Mad Titan's face.
All that for a drop of blood.
We're getting into some Endgame spoilers now, so time to click away if you haven't seen it yet and come back later.
I've already seen that. Okay. It's time to you guys click away. Okay, it's some spoilers. So if you guys not yet seen the movie, it's better to go out now. It's better because it's spoiler. It's spoiler. I have already seen the movie, so no spoiler for me. If it's spoiler, if you think it's spoiler, you may exit now. Okay, sorry to say that, but
Post-snap, Tony gives
you may
up
click
on
away.
the superhero lifestyle and settles down with Pepper and their newborn daughter Morgan. However, over the next 5 years, he still keeps himself busy working on some new suits. He creates at least 35 iterations, although we don't see most of them at all, and it's only the Mark 85 we see in action. This suit seems to be very similar to the Mark 50, but we see the nanotech do things like deploy incredibly quickly, create an energy shield to protect him when the Hulk attempts to utilize the stones, and even do little things like create a pair of glasses that Tony utilized to X-ray crates when looking for the
Eat it?
Tesseract. In battle, the suit seems to harness the full power of Tony's synthetic Tesseract tech, aka his new arc reactor, by allowing him to absorb, conduit, and blast Thanos with energy imparted to him by Thor's lightning, as we'd previously seen in the original Avengers. Except coming from multiple sources in his suit. Most impressively, though, is that the suit could not only form a gauntlet to hold the Infinity Stones, but contain their power, long enough for Tony to administer his own snap and change the fate of the universe itself by destroying Thanos and his minions in one fell swoop. Or click. There is one more suit of armor that I would be remiss not to mention, and it's one used by Pepper Potts for the final showdown in Endgame. This, of course, is not the first time Pepper has used a suit, however. This is the first time one was made specifically for her. It's unclear what exactly the suit's full capabilities are, as we only saw it in action briefly, but the comic book version was focused on defense and protection, with the idea being it could be used for search and, of course, rescue. It went as far
I've
as
heard
to
that
have
it's
its
it's
thrusters
actually
generate
marked
no heat
something.
and
It
have
actually has like
almost
a
no
letters
offensive
to make it a
capabilities.
mark
However,
for
this isn't the
a
case in
woman
the
one.
movie,
So
as we see Pepper kick a handful of ass herself. Perhaps we will see some Easter eggs in the future that indicate she's keeping her husband's memory alive by taking up the role of rescue and helping people in need, or maybe that mantle will go to Morgan. This is likely the end of the Iron Man suits, and although we might see Pepper continue to use one, or perhaps the introduction of a character like Ironheart, this is still the end of a magical era. So, which of Iron Man's suits was your
unfortunate.
favorite? Did you like the classic design of the earlier films, or the more refined and advanced creations seen in recent years? Make sure to let me know in the comments below.
Yep. So there you guys have it. That is all 85 suits. No, not really 85. That is Mark 51 suits. All of them. That's just seen. So how many of you still miss the Iron Man? I do. I legit do. I know I'd seen that movie a lot, but again and again and again I would keep on seeing that movie. Iron Man 1, 2. No, not really 1, 2, but 3 more. So yeah. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did, smash the like button. If you enjoy, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. And the Border Prince is out.